And we're live. So I'm just going to get a couple things set up here. And yeah, see if anyone joins here. That work. Hey, Mayo. I just posted the link. I just got to set up my own another camera here. Hey, Mayo.
Hello.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Brickmaniac 81.
I'm doing good. Just gonna get my headphones on here.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I am doing very fine. It's now morning where I'm from.
What time is it in Australia,
It's
12. Right?
It's 12:40. It's 12:47 a.m. in South Australia.
Okay, gotcha.
So, what were your plans for this live stream?
Well,
Looks
I'm gonna
like you've
start.
got in the look. Looks like you've got it in the scroll bar down below.
Yeah, you bet. Got a couple sets I want to break down and make some room. Let's see.
Trying to get the multi-camera going.
Yeah.
I think you might have the browser from YouTube open as well, or you might have two microphones going.
Oh yeah, that's what I've done. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, 2 weekends ago, I binged watch all of your videos that weren't a live stream, and
Yeah.
you've got some fun videos on your channel, and it really put a smile on my face when enjoying running the running that train around.
Oh, right on. I appreciate that, man.
Because like I saw that you the magic in running a Lego train, and it is amazing.
Oh, we definitely had fun. It's so yeah, I'm gonna take it apart, but we'll it'll be something that we rebuild every year. That's gonna be the plan anyway.
So did you mainly buy the set for the motors or something?
The set, no, like we used to have just like a little plastic train that we ran under a tree. The track was getting all broken, and it couldn't even make the circuit anymore. And then I think about a year ago, this set came on sale, and I'm looking at it. I was like, God, Lego train would be cool. And I was like, you know what? Even though it's not a Christmas train, it's still a train. And I always liked having the train running under the Christmas tree, so I jumped at it.
I'm gonna have to drum up some business for this live stream.
Cool. So what do I want to do here? Let's do that.
Because we've got to get more people watching this thing, so I'm gonna reach out to my folks.
Cool. All right. So see if I remember how to dig in, get the battery box out.
Hopefully people from the live stream gang say, "Oh, hey, you're going live."
Yeah. That unplugged. So I want to try and get everything kind of taken apart so it can be slapped back together somewhat easy. So that's one nice thing about the train. The engine was part of one, like two, I think two booklets for the engine, and then there's one for each carriage.
Hello,
So
Will Harper.
Hey, Will.
Will Harper must have found this live stream from the live stream gang working its magic. Maybe not. But Venomous Typhon has seen it.
So that dude goes this here.
Will Harper says, "How are you guys? I'm doing really well right now. I just did a bunch of He says, "Nah, just scroll through my notifications." Yeah, okay. Because I was. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done a lot of sorting today, and it was great to have some guests in the panel that made the day feel a lot more shorter because it was more fun.
Oh yeah.
Because Doc Sampson, Brick Hive, and Mama Lego made their debuts, and we had people like the host himself in the comments. So that was very
right on.
so that made the live stream more fun. And now I'm here to support Brick Maniac 81 because Brick Maniac 81 has supported me, and it's a two-way street.
No, I appreciate it.
And so if anyone,
you did a full 8 hours, did you?
yeah, I always like to do 8-hour live streams on Saturdays for while I'm paying for StreamYard.
Right.
I got to find a way to cancel my payment for next month though.
I have to pick up my 4-year-old in a few hours, so I'm gonna get a little nap and decide to find a video to play in the background. Right on. We'll call it the Breakfast Club.
So speaking of the Breakfast Club, have you had the breakfast of Champions recently?
Have a what, sorry?
Have you heard the Breakfast of Champions recently?
No.
That's a reference to a Brickmaniac 81 video, if people didn't know.
Yeah, not lately. Can't touch that stuff too often.
Oh, we've got a Mr. Blue in the hello, Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue has changed his name again.
They've gone through a couple name changes now.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Blue likes to keep it fresh. How are you doing, Mr. Blue?
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long, where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
I think too many people were making that a reference. I can quote song lyrics for days, and especially while I'm trying to unwind after a busy day. A lot of people's days are just beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always hard to plan one of these because it's never going to be a perfect time for everyone, eh? So
That's why I do a live stream that's so long on Saturdays, because I know that I can attract people from 3 major markets.
right.
Because I can attract the Australasian audience, the European UK audience, and the North American audience all in the one live stream at different times of the day.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So I must have caught you in the comments of my live stream before you went to bed last night.
Yeah. No, I didn't sleep for the crap the night before, so she was an early night for me.
Because like I always get people who just like some of my most some of my most loyal viewers are those who can't get to sleep on a Friday night, and I like to pull all nighters. All nighters if I can on a Saturday night if I'm not working on Mondays. So that's
Right.
why I'm here right now.
Yeah, Mr. Blue, I'm not going to be building anything on this go round. I'm breaking some sets down, but at the same time, trying to decide what I'm going to be building next. I think I have a good idea.
It'll probably be. Well, my guess is a Star Wars set.
Oh yeah, it's probably pretty solid chance of that.
Yeah, because like if anyone's watched or binge watched every Brickmaniac 81 video, you'll know that Brickmaniac 81 likes Star Wars.
Yeah. I've got a couple. Well, probably the biggest set that's not Star Wars. I still have the Saturn V rocket that I have to build at some point. Actually, that's one I'm kind of looking forward to putting together too.
Yeah, what was weird is they made 2 versions of that thing.
Yeah, they re-released it, eh? And mine's the original one that they released.
You're Canadian, and you said A, so that means you've joined the hashtag AIM.
Oh.
With A spelled EH instead, just like that person who made that T-shirt. and sold it to people in the community.
Jeez, there's a lot of batteries.
I buy rechargeable energizers, and they work pretty well. They're about 4 times as expensive, but they last. But I'm pretty sure they last 40 times as long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a compared to a alkaline energizer battery.
Yeah, these were some old cheapos that. I've got young kids, so mind you, when I was a kid, we had lots of rechargeable batteries. Mind you, they weren't very good. Mind you, we're talking this back in the 80s. Batteries have come a long way since then.
Back in the 80s, weren't they still selling? Well, weren't some places still selling carbon batteries before they went to 100% alkaline?
What kind of batteries?
Carbon batteries, because I remember there was an Energizer ad in the US, because only in North America is the bunny for Energizer. Everywhere else in the world it's for Duracell. I think there was an ad in 1986 that first used "It keeps on going and going and going,"
Yeah,
and the main draw card to that ad was that alkaline batteries were the next big thing, and they're out to replace traditional carbon batteries.
yeah. Like to my knowledge, but I always remember where they said alkaline on them.
Yeah. So it must have
That's all I
been.
remember.
It must have been. So you must have born. You must have been born. Well, no. So you must have grown up after they made the big switch from. Well, after they completely phased out carbon batteries, because I think my parents actually remember using carbon batteries in some of their old toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But now that I've invested so much in rechargeables, I'm never going to go back to an alkaline. And that's why it was really disappointing when Lego retired the rechargeable power functions battery box before they retired the other power functions motors, before they went 100% powered up.
Right.
And to be honest, I do not like powered up compared to power functions, because there's more failures with the Bluetooth than what there was with the infrared, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not totally sold on, like, it was at times it could be a kind of a pain in the butt trying to get the Bluetooth to sync with the remote.
I've had that same problem, and it just times. I think 70% of times I've used the powered up with the Bluetooth, the frequency just hasn't wanted to connect.
Yeah, and sometimes it's taken a couple tries to get it to work. Hey, Legend Lego.
Hello, Legend Lego. Legend Lego said in my live stream that he was gonna change his profile to match his sig fig, and now he's got his sig fig.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Trying to pick out what that torso is.
Yeah, you'd be better at picking out some of that stuff than I am.
Yeah, because I think. Because it doesn't. I think I can see a smiley face on it. It looks like something from an education set.
Oh, really?
That'd be my guess, because I don't think I've seen that torso before. Interesting. I'm gonna have to see if I can do my due diligence and try to find what that is. You got me intrigued, Legend Lego.
Those education sets are quite
It's
pricey, eh?
from. Oh, it's Legend Lego says the torso is from Jay
Oh, from
from
Ninjago.
Ninjago. Let me look at the history of Jay minifigs.
That might take a while. I think there's lots of them.
Because it looks like a casual version of Jay, not like an outfit he'd wear when he's got his a ninja stuff on.
Says it's from the Ninjago City Garden set.
Ah, Lego Ninjago City Gardens.
That's right.
Well, you definitely caught my attention with that thing, Legend Lego. Now let me see what the inventory is, because something tells me if I haven't seen that before, that torso might be exclusive to that set. Let's go to
When I first saw the torso, I knew it'd be perfect fit for my sig fig.
set inventory.
Thanks, Mr. Blue. Spread the love, eh?
Exactly. Feel free to subscribe to the Wick Maniac 81 channel if you haven't already. Because we've got to get get this guy to 100 subscribers so you can qualify for a custom URL. Yeah, that torso is exclusive to that set. Yeah, I forget if I'm subscribed to Mr. Blue and Legend Lego.
Oh, you bought it off eBay. I have to say, I stumbled on eBay here the other day and bought something. It wasn't Lego, though. It wasn't Lego, so it didn't break my promise to myself to not buy Lego. But I still spent money.
Oh yeah, I'm always subscribed to Legend Lego 29.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured you probably were.
Or sometime when a Mr. Bloom's my way, I'll have to use the function that YouTube brought back where the host can actually subscribe to someone's channel. Well, no, sorry, not subscribe to the channel, go to someone's channel, because for the longest of time they took that feature away, which was just dumb by YouTube. I'm guessing a lot of people right here, right now, probably didn't know that they even took that feature away in the first place.
Well, I think I'm gonna leave that together. I'm not gonna bother taking the wheels off.
Take the wheels off the motor. I would never do that
Yeah, might as well just. That'll just be so much easier.
because the wheels. Because like when I've known people who have taken a train set apart, they never take wheels out because they know that they'll have a heck of a time trying to get the wheels back on.
Yeah, like that was my first, like, this is my first train I've ever had. But yeah, it took a little bit of playing around with the wheels to get, like, I found that when I first started, um, they were kind of hanging up. I had to kind of just play with them a little bit to get them to, like, I found everything was kind of draggy, and I had to adjust them kind of in and out, and then finally it took off.
Did you have to experiment with trying the 3 different holes to see which one worked?
What's that?
3 Technic pin holes in the train bases for the bogies.
Oh, on yeah, and I think I had them in the. I'm pretty sure I had them in the center. Pretty
It's
sure
because
that's what I was using.
because sometimes they work better for going around curves in the center. Other times they work better for going around curves on the end.
Okay, I never thought of that. Yeah.
Because I think it's a difference between the 2 bogies and the 3 axle bogies. They work better in different um places depending on whether you have a Bobo wheel combination or a Coco wheel combination.
Oh, okay. So Legend Lego's going to be live streaming his Home Alone set
Oh,
today. He's been working at that for the last couple weeks there. So
I'll have to be on the lookout for that after this stream. So, how long do you normally do um live streams for?
myself, usually somewhere between 1 and 2 hours.
Yeah,
Never super long. I I can't I can't devote that much time to it, especially with I got 2 younger kids kicking around here, so, and other responsibilities as a father. So yeah, it's hard.
yeah.
It'd be nice to be able to spend a little more time, but mind you, 2 hours is about, like, say, between 1.5, 1 2 hours is perfect for me, because after that I start getting sore. I gotta get up and start moving around again.
Yeah, because everyone that I've talked to, everyone that I've watched their streams, everyone that I've been on their panels, I always ask that same question, and the most common answer is 1 to 2 hours, and that's
Yeah,
why I've concluded that 2 hours is the optimal time for doing a live stream. It's not too much, and it's not too little. It's just right.
yeah. It's actually surprising. Sometimes you cut it to an hour, and you can you can put an hour in with this pretty darn quick. So yeah,
And
2 hours is
also,
about right.
yeah, and also what I notice is that when you're just doing sorting or you're tearing something down to part it out that you've already previously built, if you want to put something away in storage for a laborious task like that, time always goes faster if you're talking to someone in the panel, because instead of thinking, oh, I've got to create small talk. Instead, you're thinking, well, I've got a conversation going. I can use more brain power to focus on disassembling this or sorting this and that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I always suggest people use StreamYard to always find a niche group of people, kind of integrate yourself in a niche group, in a niche subgroup of the community, and then try get to be guests, so that you're not trying to think about how to entertain the viewer. Because like
Yeah,
I've been there, and it's a nightmare doing live streams alone if you're not single man acts. Some other people out there are successful single man acts because they've always got something to talk about.
yeah. It's gonna be hard to spread your attention out and trying to concentrate on something.
Yeah, especially when you're methodically sorting away or you're methodically disassembling a set.
I can see if you get doing like working on a mock or something and trying to build a live stream, I can see that might be a little challenging, especially when you're trying to think out how you want to go about maybe designing something that can be
And
interesting.
so that's why when I saw, oh, a Brickmaniac 81 is going live, I'm like, oh, are you sending out any invites? Because I knew that you might be bored out of your mind right now
Yeah,
if you didn't have someone to talk to. Because after half an hour, if I'm all alone, I start to feel bored
upstairs
out
somewhere,
of my
Nathan.
mind. So I could only imagine other community members would feel the same way.
Yeah, love you too, Nathan. My little man was looking for the phone. He wants to go play Roblox. So Legend Lego is looking for the Simpsons house. You better keep a lot of funds handy for that one. That one won't be cheap. Mayo has a point about going live alone. So I think I'm going to get StreamYard to bring people on chat. Yeah. It goes down. No. So I went on eBay the other day, and my other hobby that I kind of fell into was Black Series figs. And actually found one that I really wanted, and actually for a reasonable price, and managed to put a bid on it, counter offered actually, so I got a little cheaper than what it was posted for. So that was cool. I have a lot of Lego channels. It depends on what's on for streams. I watch all videos. Yeah, I'll give that to you. It's funny. You seem to usually end up finding my comments because I think you're subscribed to damn near every single one I am. So you sniffed out a couple of them yesterday, I saw. Hold on. I should have put him in that bag. Let's do that. Before I forget.
I think I'm gonna have to get the extension cord. And there's one right here. Sweet. Yeah, what was Legend Lego 29 saying? Yeah, Mayo has a good point about going alone. That's why I think I'm gonna get StreamYard to bring people into the chat. Amen. Like, if you try to do that, I'd be more than happy to help you pass the time, a Legend Lego.
Well, and that's the other thing. You can, especially if you're not going to be doing a ton of streaming, you don't have to spend any money. It's easy to set up.
Exactly. You know that you're
it.
not going to be doing more than 20 hours a month. You can just get a free account.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Just get it set up and do a private stream to your YouTube channel and play around with it, get an idea just how everything works. Teach yourself how to maybe attach a second camera. Like, I got my phone set up here. I'm using the webcam off the laptop, and I got my phone set up for a second camera, and figure out a setup. And I like the way everything works here. It does what I need it to do.
And if it does what you need it to do, then it's a good system to work with. It's a good piece of software that benefits you.
Yeah, it's good. It's a decent software, and it works. Like it's simple.
Because, like, I was doing so many live streams that the StreamYard sent me an email with a coupon trying to get by a full year membership, and I was like, I can't afford to pay all that when I'm in university.
Yeah.
So I'm on a monthly rollover plan, and I've got to remember to cancel before the end of the month.
What are you taking for a degree?
I'm doing a Bachelor of Applied Geographical Information Systems, and I go back in March. Hello,
Okay.
Mama Lego. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, Mama Lego.
And supporting Brick Maniac 81. Thank you for making your debut.
Mama
You know
Lego's
what?
a loyal subscriber.
You know what I'm talking about, Mama. Because I've got to stop shooting my own horn now that I'm getting more tired. I've got to find ways to keep me awake. I think I might need to crack open another can of Mountain Dew or Pepsi Max. Lake 29 says, "Yeah, I'm probably going to that because I see almost everyone having StreamYard, me over here having Streamlabs."
See, and yeah, there's the people like I don't know anything about Streamlabs personally, but I've seen people using it to stream, and it's got its advantages too, I think. So Mama Lego, what's it like out in Ontario now? Like we had a system blow through here yesterday. It for us locally, it only dropped about maybe 3-4 inches of snow, but we had like 60 wind gusts here yesterday, and it was nasty. We had
That's a
people's
lot of
vehicles in our parking lot. They it blew in around their vehicles. They had to even shovel underneath them, shovel snow out to get out last night. It was nasty. Wouldn't have been
Did
nice
you
out the open.
did you see any of the um salt tankers sweating salt all over the roads to melt the ice?
Yeah, there's plenty of trucks out. It's been a kind of a it's been kind of crappy. It's getting a lot of warm, cold. Like we were, I guess, 3 days ago, or no, well, actually, I guess 2 days ago. With the wind chill, it was like minus 45 here. The next day, it hit a high of -3, and now it's back down again to, I think it was minus 25 or something here this morning without the wind. I don't know what it was with the wind chill. But yeah, it was minus 45 with the wind here the other day, and then up to near freaking melting.
Yikes! See, while you're going through minus 45 degrees Celsius, there have been some days earlier this month that were over 37 degrees Celsius,
Yeah,
and it's like it's like we've been going through heat waves various times this summer, and there are just blizzards all over the place in Canada, just that northern border of the US, just non-stop.
yeah. No, we've been getting some. Well, actually, we hardly got any snow last year, and they definitely got more out in Ontario there. That's they was saying they've gotten close to 2 feet of snow out there now, just over the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's the most amount of snow that I've heard someone say this northern hemisphere winter in Canada, 24 inches. I know that some years ago, some some states and provinces on the border had up to 4 feet of
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, that was most all south of the border, through like Montana and North and South Dakota.
Yeah, and
They
Minnesota, I think, as well. It
Yeah,
seems like
it was
it's.
nasty.
It seems like that north of the border, you get more of the cold snaps, but then south of the border, you get more of the snowfall,
I want to
and it's
say,
less cold.
yeah. Well, yeah. Usually for us, if it starts warming up, then we'll get some moisture. If it's really cold, we won't get any snow. I think that was in like 2019. 'Cause it was not like any guys that were cattle farmers. They had animals that were buried out in the open. I seen videos of guys going out and were digging steers out of a snowbank.
I
You could only
don't
just see the
know.
top of their head.
I don't know how the Canadians and the people in the US on the northern border don't freeze to death sometimes. I really don't.
Yeah,
It's like you have to put on more than 6 layers of clothes to deal with to deal with below zero temperature.
you definitely have to dress properly, the right clothes. That's for sure. It's more than just layers. You have to have the right layers. But you get used to it too. Like you'd be surprised how thin of a coat I usually wear in the winter when I'm just driving to work. I just drive like I don't have to commute very far, just across town, but I make do usually with a thinner coat because it's more comfortable than a big bulky one. A little different if I want to spend some time outside than the insulated coveralls get put on at work anyway.
Yeah, hopefully when I go to Brick Fair, Alabama, next year, pending international flights are okay. Hopefully I get to see some snow.
I doubt it. That's way too far south. They very rarely will they get snow down there. Was it last year they had snow in Texas though? So
Yeah,
anything can happen.
I
But
think last year in Texas, all of their water pipes froze up.
yeah, you know what? And for us Canadians, we had to laugh about it because it's like they were losing their minds. And they like a couple inches of snow, and it's like well, that's just normal weather up here.
I
And
think there was a
they don't know
I
how to
think there
drive
was
in it. This is the
I
problem.
think there was a bizarre video in 2017 where he got trapped in his car overnight because of the snow.
Oh yeah, got stuck
And
out
I
on the
haven't
freeway or
seen,
something.
I haven't heard any people in the south report on heavy snow like that since. So maybe 2017 was just a heavier than normal snow year from the south.
Yeah,
And that's why people in the northern states and in Canada laugh at the southern states and say, "You complain about 4 inches of snow. Here we are dealing with 2 to 4 feet every year."
yeah. Well, yeah. Definitely not every year. Like I said, last year we had barely any snow at all. We went into the spring. It was we were pretty dry,
Mhm.
and then we didn't get. Yeah, this past year was a drought year, so it's kind of it's nice. At least we've got decent snow cover. As long as it melts slowly, we'll have some moisture to start the spring off. But we went into uh, we went into the winter very very dry. So
Yeah, and I don't collect the winter village sets. Although I wish I had that Winter Village post office because that's the last. Technically that's the last post office set that we got. Was that a Winter Village one? I think that was in 2010 or 2011.
Okay.
And so before that, we didn't get a post office. Before that, I believe the last post office was in 1999. And before that, the last post office was in 1984. Don't know why Lego hasn't done more post offices. I really don't.
Well, I know I've seen like that's at one point they put out there was a Canada Post set.
Yeah, there was the Canada Post sets in the 80s, and they go for $200 American new in box. Those things because the stickers are the most valuable parts about those sets.
Yeah.
Because they did those Canadian Post stickers in that set, and they'll never do it again.
Yeah.
And so I hear a vintage Lego fans all the time saying, "Oh, I really want the Canada Post sets, but I'll never be able to get them."
American Baker in Germany.
And Mr. Bluey must be a moderator.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, no one would see those links. So you're making good progress?
Yeah, I'm all done breaking down the train and start in on one of the Star Wars sets here.
So you know the pins that hold those track pieces together.
Yeah.
Out of the box. Did you throw those pins away like they say in the instructions?
You know what? I don't think I kept them. No.
Because people sell those things on the Bricklink for 4 cents a pop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people actually sell them on Bricklink. So Lego tells you to throw away, but they actually they're the same size as like a 6 long bar pins. So and if you if you want to part out one of those sets, you can actually make money off of those pins. So I don't know why people throw them away. Maybe it's because they just don't know that they have a value.
You know what? I had kept them for quite some time, and I think when I finally did a cleanup around Christmas, I a whole bunch of boxes and stuff out. I think I finally threw them out because I had them just to my right here on.
Because for some of the earlier train sets I bought back in 2010, 2011, I think they threw the pins away. But then I realized, oh, hang on, people are saying that you can actually sell these pins and they actually have value. So ever since I made sure to keep the pins.
Yeah.
Gonna try to see when the Winter Village post office. I want to say it was 2011.
That's done.
I just wish Lego would make another post office, modular, an actual city set. Like I'm sure if they were to do one, it'd be criminals trying to rob it. But still, give us a post office in Lego City. We haven't ever had a post office in Lego City. We had one in a Lego Town, a Lego City Centre and the Winter Village direct-to-consumer sets, but never Lego World City or Lego City,
Oh, really?
which is a shame because there's a big market for post offices. The amount of times people say that they want a modular post office is insane, and I'm one of those people. I would have wanted the boutique hotel to be a post office, especially when there was that rumor around a while ago that the boutique hotel was going to be a re-release of the Cafe Corner, which Lego would never do in their right minds.
Yeah.
They're not going to re-release a modular, and people were making a storm out of a teacup about that, and it was like, don't you know that Lego is not going to re-release a modular? They're going to come up with a fresh idea because that's what the designers are instructed to do.
So they did make a post office modular?
No, people have been asking for them to do one. A lot of people, when they fell for the rumor that the boutique hotel was actually going to be a re-release of the Cafe Corner, even though I knew that would never happen. But when people started to believe that rumor, there was a whole bunch of people in the community saying, "Well, instead of re-releasing the Cafe Corner or releasing a modular that's a hotel, why not do something different? Hey, why not do a post office instead?" And there's still another crowd that still wants a modular hospital, even though they've done 2 in Lego City within 4 years. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. And there's another group of people who really want a modular a video game arcade.
Oh, yeah.
Like I see those people all the time who want those 2 modulars.
Hey, Rick. How are you doing? Just got your link. 10 a.m. Sleeping in. So this is the Malevolence Clone Wars ship. It's got lots of little pieces by the looks of it. This actually I picked up secondhand. It was already built, so that's actually something I want. Finally taking it apart. I just threw it on display, never got around to taking it apart myself. But I definitely want to rebuild it at some point myself. And it looks like actually be a fun build. It's got a lot of mechanisms and stuff, some play functions, features and stuff. I am taking sets apart, Mama Lego. They time to make some room. Make some room for some different sets. Yeah, Ziploc City Stream. This is an early stream for me. I don't think I've ever done a morning one. Usually either mid to late afternoon or like start at like 9 o'clock my time at night.
Normally, I like to go live at 12 p.m. my time.
What time do you usually 8 p.m. your time, right? Or 8
Well,
p.m. I Yeah, right. 8 p.m. my time usually is when.
yeah, because I normally like starting the live streams 2 hours after I wake up.
Ten a.m. where Mr. Blue is. Yeah, Mr. Blue's in Connecticut, I think. Pretty sure. These two sets I'm taking apart. Well, they've got some pretty nice minifigures in them too. But yeah, this one and the Republic frigate I picked up used, complete, for, if I remember correctly, it was like $90 a piece Canadian, which was a steal because I think the what's his name? Trying to think of the clone that's in the Republic frigate set. I think he sells for more on Bricklink. Crap, I can't think of his name right now. New bricks tonight. Look at me, I can't think of the frickin' name of that figure. Commander Wolf, that's it. So needless to say, I was quite pumped about adding those ones to my collection. I got to figure out some sort of a nice display for my sought after figures. I got some of them up in I've got a shot glass cabinet that I use for displaying my brickheads. I got some of them in there, but I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to need the rest of that space for the brickheads. So.
Yeah, I've only got one of the brickhead sets, and it was a gift.
Yeah,
but apparently
and
they're coming out with a Buzz Lightyear a brickhead for the new Buzz Lightyear movie, and I'm thinking about picking that up if I can find it.
yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? That's I was definitely older when all the Toy Story stuff was coming out, but it's definitely a
Back in
part of my
2009
teenage
to
years anyway.
2011.
What's that?
Back in 2009 to 2011 is when the Lego sets came out.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing those things in the catalogs and on the shelves, and I just wasn't. I had an interest, but I didn't decide to use my pocket money to, because they wouldn't fit my Lego City back then. And now I regret not getting sets like the Woody's Roundup and the Western Train Chase.
See, the only Lego set, and that was well before I got into Lego, we had got my son the it was the little Green Army guy set with
Oh,
well,
the the one with I think it's Army Men on Patrol. I think is
it'd be
the name of that.
something like that, yeah.
And
And
everyone and their grandma uses those Toy Story Army Men for their fight scenes.
and you know what, that set is worth some money now, sealed, but I don't even know if we have all the figures anymore. They're lost to my son's Lego collection, and the pieces be strewn about. Who knows? He was famous for taking stuff in a school bag to school and daycare. You never know if things that all come back ever. Rick's having bacon and eggs. I'm jealous. Oh, the malevolence here, Rick, or the frigate? This malevolence, it's got a really cool. The Grievous figure is really cool in this one. Oh, that's hard.
Wow, the chat is bumping.
I actually got a motorized timed watch display from store. Oh, cool. Well, that's what a lot of mine. I wasn't displaying any of the figures. I'd build a set. The figures would go in a Ziploc bag with the set number and end up hidden in a drawer. And that's especially the nicer ones. I may as well display them proudly. I think I'll try and figure out, even if I get another shot glass. Well, shot glass display for figures isn't great because you get a lot of wasted space, but maybe even a cheap shadow box, and I'll buy some of that brick tape or whatever and make a figure wall, something like that, maybe.
Oh, what are those dark blue pieces used at 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 the back of the craft?
Yeah,
What I don't recognize those el- elements from this angle. Are they just irregular tiles, or are they
yeah,
curved?
these are all tiles.
No, the
Tiles
ones in the front of the camera that haven't been disassembled.
in here.
Those are acting as the covers over the engines.
There,
I'm not sure. Are they curved? Are they curved tiles?
there's like these slopes.
Oh, they are the one by. They're the
One
one
by
by.
four, or one by four, with
Yeah,
like the
the one
double
by
step in them.
4. The 1x4x1 curved slopes have the the 1x2 plate open space with the 1x1 plate open space on top. I don't think I have too many of. That's why it caught my attention.
These two sets will have to maybe go through a cleaning cycle. Pretty dusty. Dustier than I realized, anyway.
Don't bother to dust my Lego because I know that it's just going to get dusty again. So I just kind of deal with the dust.
Brick tape will get expensive if you have a lot of figs. I had bought a roll when it was first kind of came out. It was fairly new of the brick tape, and like it was advertised you could like stick to the wall and stuff. Don't stick it to your wall. I tried that, and then it was funny. Stuff was up for about a month, and then I started seeing. Actually, I think it was Brick Tech put out a video, and he was more or less like, "Don't put it on your wall," because I think he ended up having to decide to move it, and it ripped all his drywall, ripped the outer of the drywall off. I was like, "Oh no!" So I was like, "Okay, I gotta move mine." And I got most of it off, but I still ended up pulling a chunk of the drywall paper off. And luckily, I had just painted in the basement here, so it wasn't a big deal. I cleaned it up and patched it, painted it, had it fixed over a weekend. But it's like, oh, you imagine he had tons of it on his wall. It made such a mess. Thanks for popping in, Rick. We'll chat with you later. Now they talked about breakfast. I think I might have to go and get some. Maybe do a McDonald's run this morning.
Get breakfast of champions.
Yeah. McDonald's used to have what they called their McMorning wrap. It was so good.
I remember when Subway used to do a breakfast sub that had ingredients that I liked, and then they took that off the menu, and I stopped eating Subway.
Yeah, I vaguely remember. I don't think I ever got it, but that does sound familiar. I think I remember.
I think it was a ham. I think it was a ham, bacon, and cheese. A thing, but then they took that off the menu because I didn't think they wanted to include ham and bacon in the same thing anymore. So they took it off the menu, and I haven't ate Subway breakfast since.
Some of these fast food places they try things from time to time. It's too bad. A lot of it they only ever try it once. They never bring it back again. Like some of it was actually pretty damn good. Well, it's funny, like McDonald's. I don't know if did you ever when McDonald's had their little pizzas?
I don't
Do you
think I
remember
ever
that
saw
at all?
those on the market here.
We had them. That would have had to been like early '90s
Yeah,
that they were out.
actually, hang on. Was that when for a short time they also had spaghetti on the menu?
See, and I don't remember the spaghetti. I think that was probably my guess. That was maybe '80s.
Because I remember people talking about when McDonald's used to have spaghetti on the menu and how much of a failure that was outside of the Philippines. Because spaghetti at McDonald's in the Philippines is actually a staple fast food item because the Philippines have the sweetest pasta sauce in the world.
Yeah, like
And I just couldn't deal. I just couldn't deal with so much sugar in a pasta sauce.
yeah.
But it still sells like crazy because there's a demand for it in the Philippines.
Well, yeah, that's just it. If it's making you money, lots of money, obviously not going to stop doing it either, are they?
Yeah, because I think that I think there was originally a regional exclusive to the Asian Pacific Islands, and then they wanted to make that worldwide for a promotional item, and then it failed miserably, so they just kept it to
there.
to their joints in the Asia Pacific. But other things like McCafe, which was originally an invention by one of the franchise owners in Melbourne, Victoria, in Australia, actually was able to sell that franchise to McDonald's, and it became worldwide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people don't know, but McCafe was actually an Australian invention, and then it was either the mid or the late 90s. McDonald's International saw promise of that franchise owner who grouped American fast food concept with Australian heavy milk, low water coffee, and McDonald's International saw promise in the McCafe franchise being grouped with a regular McDonald's store. So they bought that franchise owner who owned all of the stores in Melbourne at the time sold the McCafe franchise to McDonald's, and now at the bigger McDonald's stores around the world, that's why you'll have McCafe selling not only coffee but things like macaroons and other small cake items and scones.
Scones, yeah.
Scones. Yeah, because in Australia we call them scones, but everywhere else they call them scones. Yeah, and that's because Australia has the best coffee in the world.
What do you guys call sausage and eggs?
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same for McDonald's breakfast, and I always have. Well, if I have to have breakfast from McDonald's, I always have a sausage McMuffin meal deal with an apple juice and no egg, because I just don't like the egg on the McMuffin.
So I remember,
and over time, to keep the price the same, but because of inflation, the McMuffin has gotten smaller and smaller.
Legendary. Here in Germany, they had pancakes for the breakfast menu back in 18. So excited because I miss the pancakes in the States. Tried to
the hot cakes. There's a reason why people will say that something sounds like hot cakes, because hot cakes at a McDonald's breakfast sell like hot cakes.
Yeah, eh?
Because we have hot cakes at our McDonald's breakfast.
They taste all right, but I'm at the after off the menu. Germans don't do pancakes for breakfast. Yeah, you can't go wrong with pancakes. I know I'll even do that for lunch on a weekend sometimes.
I like pancakes. It doesn't do.
I'll dig out my griddle and do a double batch and end up standing there for 45 minutes cooking pancakes.
There was only one pancake kitchen. It's the original pancake kitchen, which is a small little pancake / dessert joint in the city of Adelaide in the state of South Australia, which is now actually owned by an American owner, so they changed the menu with some of their stuff, but they still kept the good items. It's a double Dutch. It's a double Dutch chocolate pancakes served with chocolate syrup and chocolate ice cream. It is to die for.
Oh yeah.
And whenever I go there, I always have a chocolate milkshake, and that thing can last me a whole day. It is such good pancakes.
I'm gonna have to remind myself to be careful here because I've got dark blue, dark red.
And you'll be able to snap that dark
Sure, I don't.
red if those pieces are more than 5 years old.
Yeah.
I was sorting later today, and I snapped a reddish 2x8 plate, which I guess was from one of the castle sets I bought back in 2013.
I bought the UCS Sandcrawler. It's going back a few years now. It's sitting above me here right now in the box. Yeah.
Is that the scaled down version of the Sandcrawler, or is that the UCS version?
That's the UCS version, the one from 2014, maybe?
Yeah, because a lot of
It
people
was the
don't like.
second version of it.
A lot of people really don't like the 2018 Sandcrawler because it's scaled down.
You know what? And I think it likely was that year that I bought that one because I remember when they announced that they're coming out with grayscale Sandcrawler, and I thought, oh, cool. Like I wanted the UCS one, but it was like, oh, grayscale one would be perfect. And then when they leaked the images of it, I was like, this blows. It was okay, but it could have been so much better. It was so tiny.
And you've
Thought it would
got
have been a
some
bit bigger than that.
Bots
Oh,
in the chat.
if
Either you or one of your moderators can handle that.
Mr. Blue can
Yeah, looks like
get
Mr.
that
Blue.
out of there.
See, I think that's one of the moderated. I think that's one of the bots that I already blocked some days ago.
Yeah, it's funny how just lately the bots are really showing up. Like I never had any for the longest time.
Now, I've been
Now it
dealing
seems
with
every stream.
bots. I've been dealing with bots every live stream for the past 2 months. It's like the bots finally woke up and they started invading every community member's live stream.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you go on a Lego live stream now, there's always a bot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's like they came out of the closet and they found our closet.
Yeah.
So they're trying to move on in. And some people have tried to do the Russian translation to see if any of their 3 letter words translates into anything.
This thing is so freaking dirty.
Maybe it needs some scrubbing. Do you have an old toothbrush and an old cup of water nearby? Because those are like using an old toothbrush is good for cleaning up the individual stubs.
With my when I got the was it the 2000? It was the first edition of the Death Star. When
From
I got that,
2008,
yeah, it's the 08
the
one.
non UCS version.
Yeah, when I got it again, I picked up a lot of big secondhand sets for reasonable price. That one, like I say, this is dirty. Not doesn't even come close to that Death Star. How dirty it was. So I bought it, and it went into. I took a Rubbermaid container with me, and it came home in the container. It sat under my desk for probably a year, and then I finally just broke it down. And then maybe 3 weeks to a month before I decided I wanted to rebuild it, I got it out, went through, found all the stickered pieces, set them aside. I went through Bricklink just to make sure I didn't miss any, and I just bought a couple garment bags from the dollar store, and I ran them through a gentle cycle in the laundry machine, and that worked frickin' slick. They came out shining. They looked like brand new.
Yeah, I need some of my dirty pieces inside of a mesh bag and run that through the the washing machine, because apparently not through the washing machine, through the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
And
Yeah,
apparently that gets up a lot of the dust.
yeah, and that might actually be a better idea. Is do it through the dishwasher. That way, um, put it through the laundry, you get a lot of it'll get getting spun around by the agitator, and you might end up scratching some of the pieces. That'd be the only downside. It didn't seem it didn't seem that bad to me, so I don't think I'd hurt them much. But I think you could definitely scratch some plates and stuff if not careful with the putting them through the laundry.
Yeah, so what I was going about earlier with the Winter Village Post Office, yeah, I was right. It did come out in 2011, and the current items for sale on Bricklink in new condition, there's 33 right now. The average price is $724.45.
Yeah,
And but in the last 6 months, the average was only $575.85. So convert that from Australian dollars to the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Great British Pound, or the Euro, and it's crazy expensive because it was the last, and I think it still sells because it was the most recent post office. So come on, Lego, bring back the post office. And if you really want to be fancy, bring back Canadian Post, bring back a Deutsche Post from Germany, because
yeah,
the Deutsche Post Office is probably the most famous post office in the world, to be honest, because of its connection to the old German railroads. Because I believe, but I'm not sure where the French horn came from with the Lego post office sets in the 80s. I'll have to do research about that one day, because it would have been one of the European offices where that French horn came from.
yeah.
Because I wish that they had done that French horn post office into the 2000s. They kind of stopped after the late 90s, which is disappointing. right about the time they came out with Star Wars, they stopped doing a lot of other good things.
Yeah, and even after Star Wars, that they had other themes they still had going. Like some of them, they've been gone so long. It's like it'd be really nice if they bring them back.
Yeah,
Like
but I
your
think because I think because Lego is so invested in licensed themes, because they know
yeah,
that, but they know that Star Wars sells. They know that the superheroes, both Marvel and DC, sell. They're very hesitant to come up with their own creative themes because they've seen creative themes in the past decade fail. But the reason they failed isn't because people didn't want to buy them. They didn't buy them because they weren't good designs, or they were connected with an app. And no one cares about the apps. No one cares
yeah,
about the video games in Lego. No one cares about trying to make a video like TikTok. People just care about the bricks.
yeah.
And so Lego sunk so much money into that hidden side app and the app for Lego Video. I'm like, don't
It's
actually use that money for making better design of sets. Then more
it's
people will buy them, and then they won't have to be so hesitant saying, "Oh, do we want to take a chance? Do we want to take a chance on making a new action theme, or do we just want to release a Star Wars craft, or create another random new Spider-Man helicopter
mech.
that we've already done times before?" Yep, mechs. That's another thing. I really don't like mechs.
they're they're like, yeah, and those are geared to parents like me that looking for a cheap set when your kid's like, can I have Lego?
Like
Okay, well it's 15
I don't
bucks.
have a problem with the cheap mechs that you can make an army out of. To be honest, I think that's a cool concept. Get a bunch of small scale um mech sets, and you can make an army with them for the price of one of the more expensive mechs. I really
Well,
don't
yeah,
like
you
the
could
mech.
make your
I really don't
Avengers or
like
whatever
the big. I
with
really
mechs.
don't like the big mechs. I much prefer the small mechs, and still I won't buy them.
But it's too bad they won't go back to their like your
Their
pirates and
roots,
castle and
exactly. Like, why do you like? Why does a lot of you think that the 3-in-1 medieval castle in Creator is selling so well right now? It's because us come back.
that's saying that's one that I'm debating really hard on picking up.
Like, that's why I'm glad that I bought 2 of the King's Castles from 2013, and I'm glad that I found the raised base plate from King Leo's Castle, which was Knight's Kingdom 1 set back in 2000. I bought that separate sale at a convention, and because of those pieces, I was able to make the castle that I've done videos about. So, yeah. Will Harper says that the Monkey Kid mech is great, though, and I, 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 I'm actually quite fond of that mock, because that mech side, because of the ornate colors. But to be honest, my favorite part about that a Monkey Kid mech set, I think it's the a Monkey King's mech, is actually the little side build for the Panda convenience store. To be honest,
Yeah,
I think
those the monkey
a
kid
little
sets are
panda.
actually kind of neat.
I think that a little store the best about that set, and until the City of Lanterns got released, that was probably my favorite build, and a lot of people's favorite build. That little panda convenience store out of all of the monkey sets.
But yeah, it'd be
It was
nice if they
so
go
awesome.
back to
Exactly, Will. Exactly,
like
Will. Everybody loves the side build. That's why a lot of people bought it, because that side build is so good. But there was another side build that's very popular that was with I think one of the other big sets. I'm gonna see if I can
Because they
see
don't
what
sell
I'm
it
talking
even at the
about.
stores. Yeah, they then they make the mistake of making it a Lego exclusive, and
I know a lot of people actually enjoyed the Pigseas food truck set. That was actually a good because they had playability inside of the vehicle. Oh no! The side build with the mech wasn't the Panda convenience store. It was something else. I was thinking that
one
side
second
build
here.
was included in something else, but I must have got my sets confused. What am I looking for?
Just noticed I missed a piece on the floor. Didn't see it go down there.
Let me go to the Wikipedia page of Monkey Kids, see if I can see this. That had the convenience store, because apparently
Hey, Cabbage.
the Mac came with the other one. Hi,
Cabbage
Cabbage.
face Brits is here. Doing a breakdown stream. Are you streaming at all this weekend, Cabbage?
Oh, it was the Red Sun's Inferno truck that came with that Panda convenience store. That was what I was thinking of. The Monkey King a warrior mech came with the other side build. They had a little Pixies franchise.
Miss Bricks, hello.
Hello, Miss Bricks. See, I knew I'd see your face soon on one of these streams.
Thanks to everyone for popping in and saying hi. Appreciate it. Get all this work out of the way, and next stream will be more enjoyable, that's for sure. My fingers will be less sore anyway. Rick's back. I'm probably going to shut it down right at the 2-hour mark. Or as soon as I'm done taking the malevolence apart here, whichever comes first. And we'll see what happens, whether I fire up again tonight, something maybe after you do new bricks or something like that. We'll see what happens though. I haven't really given any plans. Depends on what everyone's deciding on doing around here. Might build. It might just turn into a movie night. Who knows? Everyone's saying hi to Rick. I guess everyone remember to hit the like on the stream, and if you so choose, I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. I hate to ask for subscribers, but I appreciate it. It's always nice to get a notification that somebody subscribed. And I really enjoy people comment. I always try to reply to every comment, read every comment. Damn, you just remind me that I haven't made a post for new bricks. Yeah, you better get on that. I'm gonna have a 4-year-old here, so I'm sure we're gonna be building. She loves Lego. My son loves Lego. My daughter, she went through a short spell, and she had a couple little sets here and there, but the interest has kind of dropped off. Who knows? It might pick up again, but because originally she was asking, she wanted maybe a set or two for Christmas, and then it kind of went away, and she didn't want Lego for Christmas. So Rick is home all day. Build something if you start another stream. Well, I'll see what happens. I'll definitely let you know if I do. Definitely. I know the women are leaving here. What time is it? Oh, actually, they're leaving here probably or already gone. I think they had haircuts at 10. I know I got to go out after lunch and fire up my snowblower and do a couple swaths with it. Do some cleanup after all the wind yesterday. It's always interesting trying to get all this Technic to come apart, figure out just how it went together. Did your order get canceled again already, Rick? The one we were talking about? You were saying you were going to try, or did you even do a reorder again yet, or you're just waiting? Everyone's saying hello to everyone. That sucks. Cancel again. Are you flagged with that seller or something? They don't want to ship to you or something? Would it be something like that? Because they said they shipped the first one, didn't they? And they really didn't. If I remember, I think that's what you'd said. Oh, in Chinese New Year. So maybe wait a month or two and try again. I think it would be worth holding off and then trying again later then. Because the set in question would definitely be it'd be a good one to show on the channel anyway. Different sellers. Other orders for other stuff are going through fine. But that one set is giving me. Huh. Are you working tomorrow at all, Mayo, or do you have any? Do you work on the weekend at all, or?
No, I don't, and I don't work on weekends right now. I'm working not Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday
You
because I
work like
didn't want to
any?
miss out. I didn't want to miss out on the NFL playoffs. I
Oh,
can. I'm fine. I'm fine without watching the regular season, but I can't miss out on the playoffs.
yeah. No, I seen you the other night. You said you were watching the game. A few years back. I was really into the NFL. I watched it religiously, and then I've kind of got away. I don't catch much for sports anymore.
I
That
don't
may
have a lot of time for. I don't have as much time to watch sports anymore, as well, because I've got people on YouTube who I'd rather watch instead. So
yeah.
I made some sacrifices with the leagues that I'm not as crazy about. So I said, I'm only going to watch the playoffs for specific sports.
Yeah, since I had kids, I kind of got away and kind of lost interest in sports. But probably when it comes the day that they move out, it may be something that because they move out, it'll be awfully quiet around here. I'll be looking for something to occupy my time. And the scary part is it won't be that long before I know it. These guys are growing up fast.
Yeah, I'm on my Lego still toiling away at that a dolphin cruiser.
Let's see here. I might wait until March and order again. Or at this time of year, there's an additional delays from Asia, except that just generally avoid important orders that time of year. So the first 2 or 3 months of the year, kind of that's time to take a break from overseas orders, maybe, or Chinese in general, maybe. Saying hi. Building the Dolphin Cruiser. Actually, that's a set, Mama. I wonder. I'll have to send you a picture on Facebook or on Messenger. So that's a friend of ours gave us a set, and I think that's the one actually, because it's sitting here. I'd have to go through and see if it was complete, but if that's the one, I actually thought of you. I was like, I should reach out and see if you would want to buy it. But I bet you that's the one you're building.
I've got some of the whole pieces that are just sitting around because I know I've got no use for them at all.
It's a neat little. It's like a little yacht. If it's the one if that's the one she's building, it is actually a neat little set.
I think
Especially
it's
if
one.
somebody had a Lego City or whatever with like a lake or something, it would be
I
neat.
think it's one of the greatest Lego Friends sets that they ever made because of how iconic it is. but with my vintage scale city, I just don't have the room for it.
Well, you know what? That would be my other issue with. I mentioned that I'm kind of in the first stages of thinking about doing a mock, and the room part of it is going to play into that too. Like even if I was thinking of just doing, it'll be like two 48 by 48 base plates, but that's still frickin' 30 inches long. Like it's it's a fair size. Like it'll take up the better part of this little table that I work at here. So like I'll have to maybe invest in another little table, but then I got to find a place to bring it to set it up.
So do you think you'll finish disassembling all of that in the next 9 minutes?
I'll finish this set definitely. I don't have much left here. Get this one done, and we'll see whether I tackle the other one. Maybe either I'll do it off camera or fire up another stream at some point. But
I think it'd be good to spread things out so that you can allow yourself to do more live streams and get more views because of it. Because it seems like people want to watch live streams and shorts over regular videos right now.
yeah, like you saying that, and like for me being a smaller channel yet, like you're not going to get a ton of. There's only certain videos that are going to get you traffic, and it's like haul videos or certain review videos if it's up for like my two biggest videos right now anyway that have kept getting the odd view here and there every few days is my last haul video and my UCS B-Wing video. And then before that, I think the best video was I think it was a vlog one actually or something like that. Yeah, but the hardest part is trying to get kind of get noticed, eh? Like that's why I try and share to different places, and I got Rick talked me into getting on Instagram. He said that would help get get noticed a little more because I share it to. I got a few different Facebook groups I can share stuff to, but to be totally honest, I don't think I gained any traction whatsoever from any of the Facebook groups. People look at it, but nobody clicks. So that one's all taken apart. I really want to watch Star Wars Lego videos, and I've been watching a lot of Rick Seller videos. For me, I watch a lot of the Q&A, people's Q&A videos, things like that. What else? The odd vlog one. And yeah, a lot of trying to catch people's live streams, even if you only can only pop in for a minute or two, but it's always like to check in and say hi. But fair, I'm going to show a couple of the figures. So there's Count Dooku. That lightsaber hilt, that's a chrome piece. And then there's Grievous. That's actually, oh, I'm shaking like a leaf here. That's actually a really cool Grievous fig. Those other two lightsabers. Yeah, a couple droids. Nobody cares about. And Anakin. Anakin, and I'm assuming I would say that's got to be Padme. I think that's all the figs that came in. So to my knowledge, they were all complete. I guess I'll find out when I ever actually rebuild. We got Grievous, Anakin, Dooku, Padme, and 2 droids. Yeah. Should be complete. I've been watching M&R and Brickvault's old videos. I will admit I do watch most of all of M&R's videos. I've been watching him for a long time. I don't necessarily agree with all his ideas and his thoughts, but he keeps me captivated. Yeah, the Clone Wars faces are kind of funky looking, aren't they? Certain ones kind of grew on me, but the movie ones are better. Oh, really? So you're saying that's the only Clone Wars style Padme? I never knew that. So I should check for cracks and stuff like that.
Well, you can probably put all of those pieces into a bag and call it a day.
Yeah, I think so. What's this? What's Will saying here? I have Palpatine from the Venator, and his face is so bad. Yeah, actually, I think he's kind of got a pauldron on his shoulder. I think that one is that the one you're talking. I actually have that one from buddy in Winnipeg had from a bulk buy. I bought a few figures off him. That one turned out it had a crack on the back though, but I still ended up grabbing it. He sold it. Well, actually, that one he ended up throwing in. There was a clone pilot fig as well that I got. And that one, he didn't notice the crack in the torso, so he actually credited me back some of what I paid. But I picked up a few figs that day. I got my Phase 2 Captain Rex from him. He gave me a heck of a deal. Don't look for cracks, you'll disappoint yourself. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did. I stopped kind of looking. I wasn't quit looking too closely. Start worrying myself. Mind you, on some of the figures, cracks or no cracks, they seem to, even with a crack, they seem to have value. I just get other versions of the head and switch them. Yeah, the double polar. Okay, yeah, that's one I have up in my brickhead case there. I'll fire up stream within an hour and build something if you want to start up, right? Go ahead either way. Need to promote new bricks. Cool. Oh, that sounds good. So I think I'm going to call her quits here. Thanks everyone popping in the chat. What did we had? Will Harper, Miss Bricks, Rick, Mr. Blue. Who else do we have? Lego
We had
Legend, Mr.
a Mama
Mayo. Don't
Lego.
want to forget my my esteemed colleague decided was nice enough to hang out with me. We had Cabbage Face Bricks. Am I missing anyone?
We had a Mama Lego in the
Oh,
chat.
Mama Lego.
Who else do we have?
Our bot.
Yeah, we're all of the bots.
I think that pretty much covered everyone, but yeah. No, and yeah, and again, thanks, Mayo, for popping in. We'll
No problem.
definitely have you on again sometime.
Exactly. If you
For
go,
sure.
if you go live at the same time again on any night where I'm not sleeping to go to work, I'll
Yeah,
definitely try and pop in to give you some company and someone to
yeah,
talk to help pass the time while you're doing a manual labor task like sorting Lego or taking apart old sets.
yeah. No, for sure. No, that sounds good. Well, yeah. Well, thanks again, everyone. Take care, and
Bye.
we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.